Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Corporal, bringing you kind of a review. It's more like I'm going to ask you guys, which gun do you like better? Okay? Because I'm going to talk about these different guns. So, I've been wanting to arm up the Desert Scorpions because those are you guys. Oh, I got to fix my goggles. Those are you guys, okay? You guys are the Desert Scorpions. I want y'all to decide what weapon you should get, okay? But obviously, there's the elephant in the room, the Chris Vector. This I want the Desert Scorpions to have, okay? But it's expensive. So unless I can find a guy who's selling a bunch of these for a relatively decent price, we're gonna have to pick a weapon. Okay? So and there's always and because of how polling works on YouTube, I can't put like 5 different things. Okay? So we're going to just stick with these 4 weapons. Okay? But if you want just like everybody to have their own weapon, just say that in the comments. We're going to do that, okay? So, first off, we have the CZ Scorpion. Also, I got a turntable. Look at that. That's so nice. I wish it was smaller, though, but they only sell those in 2 packs. So, I got the CZ Scorpion, okay? It's a pistol caliber. It's a pistol caliber carbine, but it can be in full auto. And Val does have these in tan. Keep in mind, I'm probably going to buy the tan version of some of these. Maybe they might be black. Maybe they might be in the silver and black. Okay, it just depends what I could get at the moment. But so it's a pistol caliber carbine, can be in full auto, and Val does have these where just it's stockless and has a shorter barrel. It looks like that. The reason why I like this one is because it's a Scorpion. That's really why. Desert Scorpions using CZ Scorpions. Problem is that the grip is kind of thick, so it does stretch out the hand a bit. So that I do think that's a problem. I don't think it'll break the hand, but that might be a issue we could come across later on. And the stock kind of gets in the way, but not really. It's not like the other stocks of some weapons, but he also can't hold it properly either in his hand like that. So it kind of it has that problem, but it's not that it's the worst thing there is. So I could technically just stretch out his hand and have him hold it, but yeah. So CZ Scorpion. So now let's go on to the next one, the Tech 9. So the Tech 9 is a pistol caliber SMG. Okay. You probably see gangsters using it in movies and all that, but it was originally not made for that. I forgot what company made it, and I want to say it was in Miami. The gangsters bought it. And essentially, it's pretty much a grease gun, but yeah, gangsters bought a bunch of these things, so it became synonymous with them. So it's like, okay, bad guy stuff and everything. So Desert Scorpions, give them the Tech 9 and all that. The thing is with the Tech 9, it actually looks like the original action figure weapon. Because Desert Scorpions were armed with an SMG. It was a weird SMG in that it essentially was an upside down Tech 9. Yeah. So it was like a cross between like a Mac 10, an Owens gun, and a Tech 9. So this is more in with the lore, but it's like, I don't think this comes in tan. But I do love the look. Like, some of these are ugly, but this one, the black and silver, pretty great. And all that. He can sort of hold it by the mag, but not really. Because the mag is pretty thick, because it's like a double stack mag. So I can kind of finagle him to hold it. Yeah. It's kind of an awkward hold. and everything. But you could just put it in his palm as well. I don't know if it'll get hot, but I like that look. It looks kind of professional, despite being a Tech 9 and all that. Full auto as well, so there is a semi-auto version. But I kind of like the look. It gives him kind of a more Mad Maxy kind of feel. Now we have the classic AK-47, which he holds really well. I'm surprised. You got to really put it in there at the way end and slide it down for him to hold it right. But yeah, he can hold it. And unlike the Tech 9 and the CZ, mag comes out. So it kind of looks a bit too big though. That's my problem with it. It feels a bit too big. And all that. So it gives me these vibes of like those those cheap action figures you could buy in HEB, where they just had oversized guns. So that's my main problem with it. But other than that, he poses well with it because the stock is kind of angled down. He can hold it at the grip and everything. It's just that it's kind of hard to get them with the wooden furniture. And you could get stockless ones too, so we could have that look going on. And it makes sense for the Desert Scorpion to have a AK because the retcon being that these guys are supposed to be insurgents now. That's why I gave it to Abdul. So it would make sense that, yeah, they have that. But also Cobra uses AKs. So another problem though with it is that, again, just like the CZ, the grip is pretty big and it stretched out the hand. So you see it, like, you could kind of see some stretch mark on the fingers. It does worry me, but I don't think it's that big of a deal and all that. So it just would be a problem to replace the hands though, because these are special. But yeah, that's an option if you want the AK. Last is the MP5. So we already had these with Tomex and Zaymont. And let me grab the one from Tomex and Zaymont. I have it right here. Come on, come here. So, to compare, there's the one from Tomex and Zaymont. I could still get online, but it is just slightly bigger, only by a little bit. And the mag can be removed. So I'm going to put it in his other hand. But yeah, dual wielding it and everything. So it's just has that just weird thing. Like, I don't know which one is more accurate in scale and all that, but it's like, okay, they both work. You can hold both of them by the grip as well. And it has that whole, it's an SMG, so it kind of fits his lore thing. It's a bad guy kind of weapon and all that. And everything. So it's like, and because I could just use either one, I could use the blast effects as well. And so I'm like, okay, which one? So it doesn't really matter which one I get out of these two. It just, I could get either. And I believe this one also comes in tan, so we could have a desert version and all that. But I do like the black and silver. I think that one is pretty nice. But anyway, so, okay, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to see the poll coming up today, or early this morning. And I might redo it. Like, I might not put a time limit on it and just have it go for a few days, but because it's like, okay, I kind of went over budget. So I'm like, okay, I can't really be buying a lot of stuff right now. So I'm like, okay, no more buying stuff. But it's very much, oh, well, I might as well have my eggs in my basket before I decide to and go spend more money. Okay. It wasn't that I just spent too much money on freaking like GI Joe stuff. It was just I just went over budget in general with like everything. But anyway, so but if countless amount of budget, I probably would I buy a bunch of these things. No, honestly, but yeah. So and just comment which one you like on the Scorpion and everything. Because it's like there might be just a day I just start switching out heads and make a custom figure like I did with the one at the center, who's still not finished, but I wanted him to be the centerpiece because that's the idea. This is you guys, okay? This is good. You are my fans, so you all get your own Desert Scorpion. But ideally, I think I'm gonna kind of want you guys to all look the same. But there's still like that thing where I might give you all a different weapon, different classification. But if like again, if I ever get a bunch of more Desert Scorpions, like again, I'm army building these, so I want them all to have the same weapon essentially. But named guys are going to have like their own thing. So, well, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. You all have a nice day. Bye bye.